Imagine you're in the middle of a deep conversation with someone you care about, and suddenly they vanish. No explanation, no goodbye. You've been ghosted. If you've ever experienced this, you know how confusing and painful it can be. But why do people ghost? And what can we do to navigate the emotional fallout? Today we're diving into the surprising psychology behind ghosting and exploring how the wisdom of Stoic philosophy can help us find strength and resilience. Ghosting can leave us questioning our worth and searching for answers that may never come. But what if we could turn this confusing experience into an opportunity for personal growth? Stick with me as we uncover the Stoic strategies that not only help us cope with ghosting, but also empower us to thrive despite it. By the end of this journey, you'll have a toolkit of timeless Stoic principles to help you navigate any emotional storm with grace and strength. Embracing the uncertainty of human behavior. Ghosting, the act of suddenly cutting off all communication without explanation, is a baffling behavior that can leave us feeling hurt, confused, and questioning our self-worth. However, through the lens of Stoic philosophy, we can find ways to cope with and understand this phenomenon. The Stoics teach us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we cannot. This principle is crucial when dealing with the pain of being ghosted. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, emphasized that we should focus on our own actions and reactions, not on those of others. He famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." When someone ghosts us, it's essential to remember that their behavior reflects their character, not ours. People have their reasons for disappearing, often rooted in their insecurities, fears, or inability to handle confrontation. These reasons are beyond our control. Instead of dwelling on their inexplicable actions, we should turn our attention inward and focus on maintaining our own integrity and peace of mind. Stoicism teaches us to embrace the uncertainty of human behavior. By accepting that people will act in ways we cannot predict or control, we free ourselves from the emotional turmoil that follows being ghosted. Marcus Aurelius, another great Stoic, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." By internalizing this wisdom, we learn to let go of the need for closure from others and find resilience within ourselves. Ghosting then becomes not a reflection of our worth, but an opportunity to practice Stoic detachment and self-mastery. Accepting impermanence. One of the core teachings of Stoicism is the acceptance of impermanence. Everything in life is transient, from our possessions to our relationships. This includes the people who come and go from our lives. When someone ghosts us, it's a stark reminder of this fundamental truth. The Stoics believed that by accepting impermanence, we can achieve a sense of peace and resilience. Seneca, a famous Stoic, wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." When we cling to relationships and expect them to last forever, we set ourselves up for disappointment. Instead, we should appreciate the time we have with others, recognizing that their presence in our lives is not guaranteed. Ghosting can feel like a sudden loss, but by accepting that nothing is permanent, we can begin to see it as a natural part of life's ebb and flow. This doesn't mean we should become cynical or detached. Rather, we should cherish our connections while understanding that they may not last forever. This mindset shift allows us to appreciate the present moment and the people we are with, without becoming overly attached to the outcome. In practicing this acceptance, we can find peace and stability within ourselves, regardless of how others choose to behave. When someone ghosts us, we can acknowledge the hurt, but also remind ourselves that their departure is just one of the many changes life brings. Focusing on your own virtue. Stoicism teaches us that our true worth comes from our own virtue, not from the opinions or actions of others. When someone ghosts us, it can feel like a personal rejection, leading us to doubt our value. However, the Stoics remind us that our value is inherent and independent of others' treatment of us. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." This quote emphasizes the importance of focusing on our own actions and character. When faced with ghosting, we should turn our attention to our own behavior and ensure that we are living according to our values. This involves being honest, kind, and respectful, regardless of how others treat us. By maintaining our virtue, we stay true to ourselves and avoid being dragged down by the negative actions of others. It's easy to react to ghosting with anger or bitterness, but these reactions only harm us in the long run. Instead, we should strive to respond with grace and composure. Focusing on our own virtue also means taking responsibility for our feelings and actions. We can't control if someone ghosts us, but we can control how we respond. By choosing to act with integrity and kindness, we reinforce our self-worth and resilience. The Stoic approach helps us build an internal sense of value that isn't swayed by external circumstances. This empowers us to navigate the ups and downs of relationships with a steady and grounded mindset. Practicing detachment is a powerful Stoic practice that can help us manage the emotional fallout from being ghosted. Detachment doesn't mean indifference or a lack of care, rather it involves maintaining a healthy separation between ourselves and the external events or behaviors of others. The Stoics teach that we should not place our happiness or peace of mind in things outside our control. Epictetus said, "Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens." This mindset is crucial when dealing with ghosting. When we are too emotionally invested in another person's actions, we give them power over our happiness. Practicing detachment allows us to reclaim that power. This doesn't mean shutting off our emotions or becoming cold. It means recognizing that we can't control others and therefore should not let their actions dictate our emotional state. When someone ghosts us, it's natural to feel hurt. But by practicing detachment, we can observe our emotions without being overwhelmed by them. We can acknowledge our disappointment and sadness, but also remind ourselves that we are still whole and complete without this person's presence. Detachment helps us to maintain our inner peace and stability, even in the face of unexpected and hurtful actions. By cultivating this practice, we build emotional resilience and learn to navigate life's uncertainties with greater ease. This doesn't mean we stop caring about people, but that we care without becoming overly attached to outcomes we cannot control. Cultivating self-sufficiency. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of self-sufficiency, finding contentment and strength within ourselves rather than relying on others for our happiness. When someone ghosts us, it can feel like a loss, but it is also an opportunity to strengthen our sense of self-sufficiency. The Stoics teach us that our happiness should not be dependent on external circumstances. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." When someone disappears from our lives, we can use it as a chance to focus on our own growth and well-being. This means investing time in activities that bring us joy, developing our skills, and nurturing our relationships with others who value and respect us. Self-sufficiency involves building a fulfilling life that is not overly dependent on any one person or external factor. By cultivating self-sufficiency, we become less vulnerable to the whims and actions of others. We learn to find contentment in our own company and to appreciate the relationships we have without becoming overly attached. This does not mean we should isolate ourselves or avoid forming connections, but rather that we approach our relationships from a place of strength and independence. When someone ghosts us, we can see it as a reminder to refocus on our own journey and to continue building a life that is rich and fulfilling on its own terms. Embracing the present moment. A key tenet of Stoicism is the importance of living in the present moment. The Stoics believed that dwelling on the past or worrying about the future only distracts us from the life we are living now. Seneca wrote, "True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future." When someone ghosts us, it can be easy to get caught up in what went wrong or what might happen next. However, by embracing the present moment, we can find peace and clarity. Living in the present means accepting what is happening right now without judgment or resistance. When we are ghosted, we can acknowledge our feelings of hurt and confusion, but choose to focus on the present rather than replaying past interactions or speculating about the future. This helps us stay grounded and reduces the mental and emotional turmoil that often accompanies being ghosted. Embracing the present moment also means fully engaging with the activities and relationships that are currently in our lives. Instead of fixating on the person who ghosted us, we can turn our attention to the people and experiences that bring us joy and fulfillment. This shift in focus allows us to move forward with a sense of purpose and appreciation for what we have right now. By practicing mindfulness and staying present, we build resilience and cultivate a more balanced and contented mindset, regardless of external circumstances. Developing empathy and understanding. Stoicism encourages us to develop empathy and understanding towards others, recognizing that everyone is fighting their own battles. When someone ghosts us, it is often more about their struggles and insecurities than about anything we did. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize?" This practice of self-reflection and empathy can help us deal with the pain of being ghosted. By trying to understand the perspective of the person who ghosted us, we can find compassion rather than resentment. Perhaps they were overwhelmed, afraid of confrontation, or dealing with personal issues that made communication difficult for them. This doesn't excuse their behavior, but it can help us see the situation with more clarity and less personal hurt. Developing empathy allows us to respond to ghosting with kindness and patience, rather than anger and bitterness. This mindset helps us to maintain our own emotional well-being and promotes a more harmonious approach to our relationships. By focusing on understanding rather than judging, we create space for healing and growth, both for ourselves and potentially for the person who ghosted us. In practicing empathy and understanding, we also learn to forgive. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting or accepting harmful behavior, but it does mean letting go of the resentment that can weigh us down. This approach aligns with the Stoic goal of achieving tranquility and inner peace, regardless of external circumstances. Building resilience through adversity. Stoicism teaches that adversity is an opportunity for growth. When someone ghosts us, it can be seen as a form of adversity that tests our emotional strength. The Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." This perspective allows us to view ghosting not as a purely negative experience, but as a chance to build resilience. Resilience is our ability to bounce back from setbacks and continue moving forward. When we are ghosted, it can feel like a personal failure, but Stoicism encourages us to see it as a lesson in endurance. Each time we face such challenges, we have the opportunity to develop greater emotional fortitude. By focusing on what we can learn from the experience, we transform a painful situation into a valuable lesson. To build resilience, we can practice self-reflection and identify areas where we can grow. This might involve improving our communication skills, setting healthier boundaries, or learning to let go of relationships that do not serve our well-being. By taking proactive steps to strengthen ourselves, we become more capable of handling future adversities with grace and composure. Moreover, resilience involves maintaining a positive outlook and believing in our ability to overcome difficulties. The Stoics remind us that we have the inner strength to face any challenge that comes our way. By embracing this mindset, we not only survive adversity but thrive in spite of it. Ghosting then becomes a catalyst for personal growth and a testament to our resilience. Practicing gratitude. Gratitude is a central theme in Stoic philosophy. The Stoics believed that by appreciating what we have, we can cultivate a more fulfilling and contented life. When someone ghosts us, it can be easy to focus on the loss and pain, but practicing gratitude shifts our attention to the positive aspects of our lives. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Do not indulge in dreams of having what you have not, but reckon up the chief of the blessings you do possess, and then thankfully remember how you would crave for them if they were not yours." When faced with ghosting, we can practice gratitude by reflecting on the relationships that bring us joy and support. This helps to balance the feelings of rejection and loss with a recognition of the abundance we still have. By acknowledging and appreciating the people who value and respect us, we reinforce the positive connections in our lives. Gratitude also involves being thankful for the lessons learned from difficult experiences. Ghosting can teach us about resilience, self-sufficiency, and the impermanence of relationships. By finding value in these lessons, we transform a painful event into a meaningful part of our personal growth. Moreover, gratitude can enhance our overall well-being and mental health. It shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have, fostering a sense of contentment and peace. By regularly practicing gratitude, we build a mindset that is more resilient to the ups and downs of life, including the experience of being ghosted. This practice helps us to maintain a balanced perspective and a positive outlook even in challenging times. Seeking inner peace. Inner peace is a fundamental goal of Stoic philosophy. The Stoics believed that true peace comes from within, not from external circumstances. When someone ghosts us, it can disrupt our emotional balance, but by seeking inner peace, we can navigate this turmoil with greater ease. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." This quote underscores the importance of self-mastery in achieving inner peace. To seek inner peace, we must focus on cultivating a calm and centered mind. This involves practicing mindfulness and being present in the moment. When we are ghosted, our minds can race with questions and anxieties, but mindfulness helps us to quiet these thoughts and return to a state of equilibrium. Techniques such as meditation, deep breathing, and mindful observation can be valuable tools in this process. Inner peace also requires acceptance of what we cannot control. The Stoics teach us to distinguish between what is within our power and what is not. We cannot control the actions of others, but we can control our reactions and attitudes. By letting go of the need to change or understand the person who ghosted us, we free ourselves from unnecessary stress and frustration. Additionally, seeking inner peace involves nurturing our inner life. This means engaging in activities that bring us joy, fulfillment, and a sense of purpose. Whether it's spending time in nature, pursuing a hobby, or connecting with loved ones, these activities help to sustain our inner well-being. By prioritizing inner peace, we build a foundation of tranquility and strength that can withstand the uncertainties and challenges of life, including the experience of being ghosted. Navigating the emotional landscape of ghosting can be incredibly challenging, but Stoic philosophy offers timeless wisdom to help us cope and grow stronger. By embracing the lessons of Stoicism, accepting impermanence, focusing on our own virtue, practicing detachment, cultivating self-sufficiency, living in the present, developing empathy, building resilience, practicing gratitude, and seeking inner peace, we can transform our response to ghosting into an empowering journey of personal growth. We invite you to reflect on these lessons and share your experiences in the comments below. Have you ever been ghosted? How did you handle it? Which Stoic principles resonate most with you? Your stories and insights could provide valuable support to others facing similar challenges. Let's create a community where we learn from each other and grow together. Don't forget to subscribe for more content on Stoic philosophy and personal development. By joining our community, you'll stay updated with practical tips and inspiring stories that can help you navigate life's uncertainties with strength and grace. Hit the like button if you found these lessons helpful, and share this video with anyone who might benefit from a little Stoic wisdom. Remember, we're all on this journey together. Your comments and interactions help us build a supportive space where we can all strive to live more resilient, virtuous, and fulfilling lives. Thank you for being part of this community, and we look forward to hearing from you.